Okay, so today we're going to talk about detoxification and how it impacts our immune system. Because we're going to continue on with trying to figure out how best to support our immunity during cold and flu season. All right, so for the purposes of this educational series, I want to make a differentiation between detoxing and purging. All right, so a purge is when you ingest something, a substance that causes you to evacuate your bowels really quickly. There's normally loose, watery stool, frequent bowel movements, and in some cases, some cramping as well. Generally, people have to stay home. All right. We're not talking about that. All right. So the remedies that I'm going to suggest are detoxification protocols that support your elimination pathways, but they are in no way purgative. All right. Second thing to remember is it's not purgative, but also that these types of detoxification kits are safe to use as long as you are in good health. All right. If you have any underlying conditions, if you're taking any prescription medications, then you should speak to your health practitioner first before you decide whether or not a detox is appropriate for you. All right. So please keep that in mind. Okay. So moving on. So detoxification is an important part of your immune system health because why? Well, there's something called the extracellular matrix. It sounds like Star Wars or Star Trek. Anyway, the extracellular matrix is the space in between your cells. It's not empty. There's actually a matrix or a membrane there. And your cells communicate with each other through this membrane. That's one thing it does. But also the membrane collects up toxins that are being eliminated from your cells. And one of its jobs is to take up those toxins and then move them through your lymphatic system. So your lymphatic system is your drainage system, but it's also your immune system highway. Your lymphatic system is going to use those toxins, move them along and send them off to your liver, gallbladder, your kidneys, your colon. So you're going to eliminate your toxins through this system. So we need to make sure that that system is not overtaxed. We need to make sure that the extracellular matrix is functioning optimally. It's not clogged with junk. So we want to make sure that doing the detoxification kits are going to support proper elimination and not cause any undue stress, so no purges. All right. So options when it comes to kits. So I like the homeopathic preparations of detoxification kits because in homeopathy what they do is they dilute the herbal or the plant material or the animal material down. And the dilution in the German preparations are usually about 4 to 6 dilutions. Some of the other European dilutions do much higher dilutions, like we're talking in the millions. All right. So the lower dilutions are going to leave you still with some plant matter still in the product. So they're going to have a little bit more activity in acute settings. In other words, for short-term use, you're going to get a quicker response time. All right. So the company I like to recommend is the Pasco company, and they have 2 detox kits. So they have one, the original was 5 weeks long, and that is still very much available. It's a whole body cleanse from Pasco. And now they've also come out with a 2-week version. It's exactly the same strength as the 5-week version. You're just doing it for 2 weeks instead of 5 weeks. So for some people, 5 weeks is a bit onerous. All right. So the kit comes with tinctures, the little drops in the bottles. You add the drops to a 1.5 liter bottle of water. You sip on the water throughout the day, finish the bottle, and then repeat every day for the next 2 weeks or 5 weeks. So simple. All right. They don't really require very stringent meal plans when you do homeopathic detox kits, but of course you want to make sure that you're trying to get rid of junk, so don't put more junk in, right? So try and keep your diet as clean as you can, and try and eat foods that are going to help with supporting your elimination. So I would avoid pork and red meat because those animal proteins are harder to digest and they may slow down your elimination through your colon. Also, tropical fruits, only because their sugar count is so high that they can cause some sort of an inflammatory response while you're cleansing. And finally, if you are sensitive to dairy or gluten or wheat or any of those things, then of course you should make sure that you eliminate those while you're cleansing. Otherwise, you're free to eat normally. So they're pretty easy to do and not purgative. effective. All right. So then there are some other herbal detox kits. So those are undiluted full strength herbals that I like recommending. The A. Vogel company, and this is a company from Switzerland, very readily available across the planet. And by the way, most of the remedies that I recommend are available online. You can get them in the States, you can get them in other countries and through online purchases. Okay. So, A. Vogel has a detoxification protocol. They come in a kit, or you can buy the remedies separately. All right, so there are 3 remedies and it's all in liquid. So, it's a product called Boldo Sonara, and that one is for your liver gallbladder. They have one called Cystophos, or in the States and in Europe, I believe it's called Uva Ursi plus Echinacea Complex. And that's for your urinary system, kidneys, and so forth. And then the last formula that's used is called Molcosan, which is a lactic acid fermented whey liquid. All right. So what these 3 items do is they help with supporting your elimination pathways. The Molcosan regulates your pH balance, so it makes your body less acidic. And we'll go into more detail about pH balance and how important it is for your immunity later in another video. So you combine these 3 remedies together, same type of idea as the Pasco. You mix it into your bottle of water and sip on it throughout the day. Their protocol is usually between 15 days to 30 days, so it's on the shorter side as well. And again, it's not purgative, and you would follow the same dietary recommendations that I mentioned previously. And then lastly, there's a 7-day, so this is the shortest one, from the Flora company, and it's what they call it the Fluorescence Detox 7-day detox kit, and it incorporates 3 remedies. So the Fluorescence herbal tea, which I have mentioned before in my other videos, it's a combination of 8 herbals from the Ojibwe tradition, and it's in a liquid form already, and those are supporting all of your elimination pathways, including your lymphatic system. Then they have a product called Pro Essence, which is a kidney support formula, urinary support formula in capsules. And then they have a product called Floralax, which is their fiber supplement in a powder. And you're going to take those between 2 to 3 times a day, depending on the remedy. But it is a shorter period of time, so it's 7 days. 1 weekend, people, you can do it. Okay, and they will also include some dietary recommendations in the kit. So you have some options: 7 days, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, however long you want to commit to. And just keep in mind that you're making sure that whatever you're using is good for your body, good for your system. And if you have any sensitivities, that you're going to check with your healthcare provider first before you start any of this. All right, so I hope this was helpful. If you found this interesting and you'd like to hear more about natural health and wellness, then consider following me. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video, and consider joining me and following me on this YouTube channel. So subscribe if you can. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day. Keep well.